What's up, guys? Glad to see you back. All right, this is also of our weekend sports update with, as I said, Jrod84. I said here with my bro here.
Local John 1812. What's up, guys? So we're back.
Yes, we are back. Okay, that's okay. Now I figure we'll change up the. I said we'll change up the top. I said well first we'll start with the NBA. Okay, I see probably the main news that you've heard in the NBA. I see free trade deadline was this past Thursday. One team in particular, Cleveland, basically cleaned house. Got rid of a lot of veteran pieces and brought in some new pieces. Younger pieces rather.
They got rid of Thomas is gone.
Yes, Isaiah Thomas. Said they brought him in, from Boston to help out, and soon after that, they sent him off to L.A. They sent a couple of players out there to L.A.
One injury, and a few months later, and he's gone. Right?
Yes, I say
nothing.
I say Derrick Rose. They had him. They sent him over to Utah to later be released by the Jazz. And I said LeBron's old running buddy, Dwayne Wade.
He goes back to Miami?
Sent him back to Miami.
Well, I think he got his wish there. I think he knows that he doesn't have, I wouldn't say like a tremendous amount of years left in the NBA, so he probably wants to, be done, like retire soon. I give him about another year or two, and he'll probably retire as a Miami Heat.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah,
I say, but hey, I would say he's got a couple NBA titles. He's good.
That's right.
Dwayne Wade is good.
Also this week, some college, I think it's baseball stuff is getting ready to come around the corner because I noticed next Sunday the Cats will be here locally to play a local college team here, the Aces. So that's going to be exciting. I didn't know college baseball was creeping up that fast.
Yes, I see what. Yeah, so with college baseball, it kind of snuck under the radar.
Right.
Kind of see, just a little bit.
So that's going to be interesting. See, I'm actually going to try to venture over to that game and watch it live. I was thinking maybe next Sunday we could show a little bit. Well, I don't think we can actually record it. Mm-hmm. But we could pan and show the field a little bit real quick and then turn it back to our face.
Yeah.
And record right there from the bleachers if we wanted to. Just even like a little 10 or 15 minute video while we're watching the game.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, we probably could. So we probably. I said we'll keep a note. Keep a note. Just a few more notes about the NBA. I said probably I said this coming weekend NBA All-Star Weekend.
All-Star. Skill Challenge.
Yeah, I say you got the Celebrity Game and the Rising Stars Challenge on Friday.
The question is Kevin Hart going to play drunk? Like he did at the Super Bowl.
Right? I just said no, he's not going to play drunk, but I've seen him play in the Celebrity Game a couple of times. I'm like, okay. I was like, okay. I know he's a short dude, but hey, he can play.
He likes to play a little bit, don't he?
I said he likes to play. And see, of course, Saturday night you got the Skills Challenge, you got the 3-point contest.
The Skills Challenge, didn't Murray win that last year or whatever?
Yes.
He's defending his title in that.
Yes. Okay. Yes, the 3-point contest, which I believe if I'm right, I believe Klay Thompson.
We believe it's Klay Thompson.
I think it's the defending champ, I believe. And of course, you got the slam dunk contest, which I think Zach LaVine is the defending champ.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. And of course, the actual NBA All-Star Game is next Sunday.
So that's going to be interesting. Of course, not the Rising Star Challenge, but the rookies and sophomores play.
Yeah.
Their All-Star Game the night before, right?
No, I think they do theirs on I think it's Friday.
Friday.
Yeah,
so
it's Friday.
They play their game, and that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm really interested. I'm anxious to see the All-Star Celebrity Game.
Well,
I don't know. For some reason, it's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I'd say it is.
So that'd be nice to watch. I'm pretty sure most of it. Is that going to be on TNT again or?
ESPN. ESPN does the Celebrity All-Star Game.
Okay, so ESPN does it. So if you want to watch, it'll probably end up being on the actual ESPN channel, or even watch ESPN, or you probably get on your desktop computer and probably even watch it, stream it from there too. Either way,
you can do all of that.
You can do all of it. You can have three TVs going on at once if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, let's say we're probably in other sport. I say we're probably a few NASCAR fans, which of course I haven't really watched much NASCAR.
Oh, I have.
I said myself. The next week is the official start for the 2018 NASCAR season, beginning with the grand race of them all, the annual Daytona 500.
That's right. And
begins next.
There's my pick. There it is, right there. Chase Elliott. I think he's gonna have a good season this year. Here it is. Little Caesar car. I got 3 of his. But yeah, that's my favorite driver. He took over for Jeff, and that's who I like. So I hope he wins. And this is Danica Patrick's last Daytona 500 as a full-time driver. Whoever knows when she retires if she's going to ever pop in every once in a while and run a car for somebody in the Daytona 500. She can do that. Same thing with Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, I would say she might. Also I guess we'll do a quick recap of the Super Bowl. Which was last Sunday. I said congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl winning their first championship in over 50 years.
Good for them. One thing I'd like for the NFL to do, I'm not a Patriots fan at all. Kansas City Chiefs fan, so I really don't care who won. But the thing about it is, there was a couple calls that they were catches or they were not catches. Here's the point of it. If you go back to the Pittsburgh Steelers game, there was a tight end named Jesse James who got a pass thrown to him by Ben Roethlisberger, and he had the same situation where he kind of caught the ball, turned, and he went into the end zone, and the ground hit the ball all that, and they called it a no catch.
Yes.
And so I'm thinking, if that was a no catch, then wouldn't what happened in the Super Bowl be a no catch? And there was a couple other ones when that guy was running with the ball and he switched hands. It
looked like he switched hands, and I believe it was another one. I said, well, one he caught him in the end zone. I said, it looks like he was dragging it, but honestly, it looked like his foot was
already out of bounds.
It looked like he was already out of bounds.
Yeah.
But they ruled it a touch. They ruled it a touchdown after going over like 3 or 4 times. They ruled it as a touchdown.
Right.
But it was.
Can Georgia Tech score?
I'm
watching Georgia Tech over here.
I mean, it's just weird. Honestly, I would give props to Philadelphia. Because they played a heck of a game. They basically beat New England at their own game.
And also too at the beginning of the game there was a lot of special teams that was messed up. Some field goals were messed, some extra points were messed by both teams. I think they came back to haunt both of them. Tom Brady had his chance at the end, not once but twice. And really, Brady's usually a smarter player than that. He's like Peyton Manning when someone's getting flustered in the pocket. I heard the people go, when Tom Brady gets flustered, he tends to make a mistake. No, he don't. I mean, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, I don't know, maybe early in his career he did, but as he's gotten older the last, 6 years, no, he has not. He's always done what Peyton Manning's done, which is tuck the ball and fall to the ground or get out of the pocket and throw the ball away. So when he was being rushed, I know he had pressure all night long, but they only got that one sack. That one sack, it was a strip fumble sack that they got on him.
Yeah, I'd say that.
That's what did it.
That basically sealed the game for the basically.
If he doesn't get that, I really believe Brady does march New England down, and they do win. And they do win the Super Bowl.
They basically could tie the game and went into overtime.
Right.
But in overall, this is probably the most entertaining Super Bowl I've seen in some time. I mean, both teams get up and down the field.
They were up 5. You know it because when Brady fumbled that ball, New England either.
No, I thought the Eagles were already. The Eagles were up. I think.
Yep.
38-33, I believe.
Yeah, and then when they got the fumble, they ended up not scoring at all. They kicked the field goal and went up 8, and Brady still had a chance with really no time left at all, and he couldn't get the first downs or anything. It was turnover on downs. They didn't get nothing. So, I mean, because he had 2 chances at it. When he fumbled the ball, Brady really thought he wasn't going to get the ball back, but his defense held, but it gave up a field goal. But it's better than giving up a touchdown.
I was saying they got into Eagles territory, and then Brady threw out the Hail Mary and said, hoping somebody would catch it.
That's exactly what happened.
But it didn't. Eagles win the title. I said, don't even worry about it. I said, he's not a Patriots fan, neither am I. I can't stand New England. But
They'll be back.
I say, but don't worry. Patriots will be in the hunt again next year, as will the Eagles, as well as a host of other NFL teams.
So it'll be interesting.
Yes, very interesting. Okay, now let's move on. I'd say we're in the heat of the college hoops season, which I'd say, in my opinion, has been the most bizarre season.
It's crazy.
Date. I mean, it's been just crazy. Okay, that's it. We've done. I've been watching it. It's probably an average of maybe, I'll say maybe 5. I'd say probably at least 5 teams. 5 ranked teams lose at least one game, if not both, every week.
Every week. And it's not the back end of the 25.
Cycle left and right.
It's not the back end of the 25. It's the whole top 25.
I just say it don't even matter if you got 25 or if you got 1 next to your name.
Yeah. And it's not like the 1 is losing to the 25th or 24th team. The 1 is losing to an unranked team that has 12 or 13 losses.
Okay. I just say probably no case. Okay, Villanova, who's been ranked number 1
on Villanova's court.
Yes, I say they lost Wednesday night at home to St. John's, 79-75. I said this was after St. John's upset Duke. A few games prior. A few days prior.
And then Duke turned around and lost, obviously, to North Carolina.
Yeah, I say Duke lost to.
That's 2 in a row for them.
But right now they're taking care of business against Georgia Tech.
Yeah, at Georgia Tech, like they should. Now this is what they're right now. They're winning by 36-46. 25 against an unranked team on the unranked team's home floor. That's what a top 10 team should do to an unranked team. You agree with that?
At this point in the year.
At this point in the year.
I said this
I ain't
point
talking
in the year,
about November.
They should take care of business.
Right. It don't always have to be a 25 and 30, but at least a 15.
Well, hell,
10.
You can settle for 10 points.
We can't even get a top ranked team to beat a lower ranked team by 10 right now. It's always a close game and.
Well, I guess they're probably know the type of games you would come to expect.
And I told Jay on the phone the other night. I said I think it's really got to do with. It's not necessarily this is a league of freshmen. What it is, it's the leftover freshmen that weren't good enough to leave after 1 year, so their skill of basketball ain't all that great. They're not improving that much. And then if you get a bad crop of freshmen that come in along with what was left over, then you don't really get that great of teams. You don't really have the Alonzo Balls right now, or the John Walls, or you don't have Shabazz Muhammad's, or you don't have those type of big name freshmen right now. Michael Porter got injured. Bagley's okay. He's decent. Trae Young's been doing his thing, but really Trae Young's not, his team and everything.
He's doing this.
He's doing it.
And I say he's doing it. But I guess it's basically the teams. It's just the teams. They've been up and down.
Up and down.
That's it. Up and down. This has been a very unpredictable season, which generally college basketball is unpredictable anyway. Okay, and you got teams who you just didn't think. Who you just didn't think just come out of the woodworks, just perform like they are. Okay, take for example, the ACC. When you think of ACC basketball, you think of the kingpins of the league, Duke and North Carolina. In which right now is neither Duke or North Carolina sitting on top of the ACC right now. That's Virginia. I would say Virginia has been good as of maybe the last 4. I would say maybe in the last 4 seasons, 4 or 5 seasons. I'd say Virginia's been doing good. Okay, like the Big East, which basically belongs to Villanova. I say that. Okay, the Big Ten's been up and I said the Big Ten's been up and down. I said it goes back and forth.
It's really Purdue.
I say it's
Michigan State, Ohio State.
Yeah, pretty much right now. Those are the big 3 in the Big Ten.
Minnesota's falling off. You just don't know about. Obviously IU doesn't have nothing this year.
Okay.
I feel bad for them.
I would say okay. Well, probably surprising to me, the Big 12, which has basically belonged to Kansas for the last 13 years. Believe it or not, the Jayhawks aren't sitting on top of the Big 12 this year.
And they were gunsmoke. They were gunsmoke this on Saturday, just like Kentucky was too. Badly.
I would say right now.
Who did they lose to?
Kansas lost to Baylor.
Baylor, unranked Baylor, and Kansas is supposed to be 10.
Yeah. I would say with this year, Kansas is vulnerable. I say they ain't got the big names they had last year. They don't like Frank Mason.
How many losses does Kansas have?
6.
We have 7.
8.
We got 8 now.
I saw this on Twitter. It said Kentucky, Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, 4 winningest programs in college basketball history. Right now, all 4 of them have a total of 26 losses, and we're still not at Valentine's Day yet.
Okay, what about this too? The committee put out the top 16 today.
Yes.
Was Kansas in that top 16?
Yes, they were.
That's bullcrap.
I believe they were number 6, if I'm correct.
Was North Carolina?
Yes, they were number.
And how many North Carolina? Does North Carolina have like 7?
Yeah, they got 7 losses. But
so how is this? How is this? Because Kentucky beat a West Virginia team at West Virginia. That's a ranked opponent. Louisville's actually playing good now. Louisville's winning some games, so that's another good win. They beat a Virginia Tech team who went and beat Virginia. So all I'm saying is we've got a decent enough resume too. We with 8 losses.
I mean, you know,
that's crazy.
Well, you know what? I guess.
Hey, when Kentucky beats Auburn Tuesday, or is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
When Kentucky beats Auburn Wednesday. No, they are. They're going to beat Auburn Wednesday, and they're going to come home, and they're going to play a number 25 or 24 Alabama, who will be ranked at least that, and Kentucky will beat them too. When they beat those 2 ranked teams, do they do this updated 16 every week now?
They probably
every Sunday, or they won't do it every Sunday?
They probably should do it every Sunday.
Because I wonder if Kentucky would beat Auburn and Alabama, and especially if Alabama does get a ranking next to his name, would they put Kentucky in one of those 16 spots?
Probably not.
That's bullcrap, because then you would add West Virginia, Auburn, Alabama, Virginia Tech. I'm just saying, those are all great.
Yeah, I'd say, if you notice, West Virginia wasn't part of that 16 because they had been on a bit of a backslide, just like Kentucky has. They've lost like 7 of the last 10, if I'm right, or 6 of 10, or last 7 of 10. Sorry.
I'm glad. I'm gonna say this too. I'm glad Kentucky is getting Auburn right now, because here's the thing. Auburn was ranked 8th.
Yeah.
They won 1, lost 1, right, this week? Auburn will be like 11 for 12 next week, okay? That's still a good top 15 win team if Kentucky can beat them. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Auburn's on a downslide. Auburn lost their big man, I believe.
But that's only their 3rd loss of the year.
Well, they're on a downslide starting now. They're going to be on a downtrend. And if you look back at their schedule on who they've played, they're going to play a little bit tougher opponents right now. They don't have their big man down low anymore. I guarantee it. How many games are left?
6.
6 for us, probably 6 for Auburn too. I'll say this. Auburn will either go 3-3 down the stretch, or Auburn is going to go 2-4 down the stretch. Meaning they're only going to win 2 games or 3 games down this stretch. Mark my words.
I'd say probably not just Auburn. I mean, you take a look at the other 15 teams that are on that list. Hell, a lot of them could probably lose. A lot of them could probably go 500.
Kentucky will go 4-2 in the next 6 games. They'll go 4-2. They will lose at Florida, and Florida will get a sweep over them, which sucks for us. And they'll lose another one somewhere else. But they'll go 4-2. And matter of fact, maybe I'm wrong about Auburn. Maybe I'm 1 week away, and Auburn beats us this week, and maybe that's the 2nd loss I was talking about. But we win the rest of it.
I say don't jinx it, please.
No, I could say we're going to win. I could say we're going to lose. But I think Kentucky could win all 6, just like Auburn could win all 6. That's the best case scenario. I think the worst case scenario for Kentucky is 4-2. I think the worst case for Auburn is 2-4, because I think Auburn's more on a downtrend. Kentucky's got all their pieces back finally, and what is there is there.
Honestly, with most of them, honestly,
Baker's never coming.
Honestly, yes, I would say, but That's it. Okay, that's it. Well, Auburn, basically been, basically they've been winning most of their conference games, mainly because, they haven't played the tougher, the supposed tougher competition in the SEC. Okay, it was like earlier they went to Tennessee and won. That's it, they won. Okay, they played Texas A&M, Wednesday night. That's it, they lost. Of course, they got Kentucky. I believe they still have to play Florida. I think they got to play Alabama one more time. I'm not for sure.
They got Tennessee, right?
They already played Tennessee.
Did they play them twice or only once?
I'm thinking once. I don't know who all they have to play.
But we know Alabama and Florida for sure.
I believe so. But
those are 2 losses already.
I mean, we understand, but there's probably like a lot of games that are gonna happen in the last 3 weeks for a lot of these 16 teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that also includes the conference tournaments. I said they're gonna impact the actual selections.
Let me go on another record. I'm gonna say this right now. I believe full-heartedly Kentucky will go 4-2 or even better down the stretch. But Kentucky will win the SEC tournament. John Calipari knows that he has to do this. They will win the SEC tournament.
I'm like, okay, I'll hold you to that. I say me, you know what I'm saying? I'm holding on to my optimism. You'll hear that, that Kentucky, is going to turn it around. I'm like, Lord, I hope so. I say we're both Kentucky fans here, so I'm hoping something will click in their heads this week.
It will.
I say, look here, we're a month. I said, Selection Sunday is a month away. This is usually the time where, if they struggle, this is usually where they turn on the switch, and turn it on.
And get it going.
And I say, get it going. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Probably not just Kentucky. I'm sure there's a lot of other teams around the country. They say they're struggling right now, but they say, look here. But they're like, look. I say, March is coming. I say, we're struggling right now. Time to turn it on. I mean, this. I say we got to turn this on right now. I say the committee, they did reveal their top 4 seeds as follow. Virginia is number 1, will be the number 1 overall seed if the tournament started today. Virginia would be 1. 2 would be, Villanova. Xavier would be 3, and Purdue would be 4.
And another team, too, that's struggling this year, too, and this is not men's basketball, it's women's, our Kentucky Hoops team. We thought it was going to be a little bit different season. We didn't expect to be, deep cream of the crop there, but we thought, better than what they're doing, but they're having a miserable season as well.
Well, yeah, honestly, the ladies have been on a bit of a downslide. It's honestly, but I mean, honestly, and of course, that I don't know, maybe honestly, maybe some time left, for the ladies to turn it around, and get into the tournament. I'm saying, hey, I would be fine with it. I would be fine. I know they probably wouldn't advance very far. But I would be okay. But basically, when it comes down to, okay, like I said, this season, has been just marred with craziness from top to bottom. Especially probably, since conference play started for a lot of these teams. Like I said, you got 1 month to Selection Sunday. I'm kind of curious to know what the selections are going to be like who's playing who, when, where.
And also, too, I'm looking on Kentucky Sports Radio, guys, we're not a complete Kentucky sports show. We're stuck on it a little bit because we care. We're passionate about it. But any other fans out there don't like Kentucky and think they're going to make the NIT, just to point out something, this is from Kentucky Sports Radio, but they're getting their information from other ESPN and other places like that, so it's not completely biased. Even with the loss last night, ESPN advanced numbers show the Cats still have a 97% chance to make the NCAA tournament, and Kentucky has the toughest strength of schedule in the nation and are number 18 in the RPI. So with 6 remaining games, it says, and plus the SEC championship tournament to look forward to, it would take a complete meltdown, which meaning Kentucky would have to lose 4 or 5 of the 6.
Yeah.
And probably get knocked out the first round of the SEC tournament, and they would be out.
For them not to make it. And, of course, I know Cal's got to be cuckoo in the head, to let that happen. And I know a lot of these players on this team, they got to be crazy to let that happen. I mean, y'all the ones that, they came to Kentucky just for one reason and one reason only, to have a shot at the national championship.
And also to help improve your draft stock and get drafted.
Improve your NBA draft stock, get to the NBA. Okay, that's fine too. But I did. This season, for every team, it's just been crazy. It almost kind of, it's not like it was, back in the 90s or something. We're up, we're craziness like this was basically unheard of. Sure, you had upsets every once in a while.
Every once in a while. The upsets were so big then, we used to call each other all the time. Did you see that? Did you see that? Now we're calling and going, oh my God, what's going on with the top 25? Now, 15 of the top 25 lost this week. It's just, that's not upsets no more, guys. That's the norm. So it can't be an upset. And when I've said this before, when you have a bunch of little Davids running around and you have no Goliaths for them to fight, it's not Cinderella anymore. These are evenly teams just about running through.
Well, the smaller name schools, they're the smaller name schools,
stepping up.
They're stepping up and say, look,
Gonzaga.
Yeah,
they only got like 4 losses right now.
Yeah, I think
something like that.
Yeah, Gonzaga. I wouldn't call them a mid-major no more because they've kind of been a part of the
right. The main fold.
The main fold.
Yeah.
For a while now.
A little bit last 10.
Well, they've made the tournament, if I'm correct, 19 in a row. 19 straight. It's going to be 20.
And out of that 19 or 20, the last 10, they've actually made it a lot further in the last 10 years. The Final Fours and some Champions League.
Well, they actually made the Final Four the first time last year. Yep. And actually made it to the title game.
Yeah. Was Kyle Wiltshire on that team last year?
No, he was on 2015.
They had a good team, that team, too.
Yeah.
Wiltshire would have really helped us out in 2015 if he would have stayed.
Yeah.
Well, that's
the 38. That's the
38-1.
38-1.
If Wiltshire plays. He would have scored an extra, at least 2 3-pointers. So that's 6 points. Would we lose
3,
by?
Maybe 4. Well, they lost by 7, but
still would have been a 1-point loss, I guess.
Well, you know what I'm saying. That's just about what I said. College hoops, is just very unpredictable, more so this year. I'm just personally, curious to see where everybody's going to end up playing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. So, well, I think we've said a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time. We have the camera turned, the phone camera turned the other way, so we don't even know how much time. But I think we've covered a lot. We've talked about baseball, we've talked about basketball, we talked about football, we talked about NBA, we talked about NASCAR. I think we've talked.
Yeah,
this is
I
good.
Say, I think we've covered a few.
We've covered. And you know what? We did it last weekend, and we're back this weekend, so it's back-to-back shows. You know what? Maybe our mojo of back-to-back will help the Cats win back-to-back games this week.
Well, it's God willing, I hope so.
What if Kentucky? One real quick. If Kentucky goes 6 for 6 and wins the SEC tournament, what's the best seed they could get?
Probably, I think they can get to a 4. Possibly 3 if the craziness continues like it's been doing.
That's true. So win it, boys. Right?
I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they got up their sleeve, but all I know is that y'all better get your mess together right now.
That's right. So, all right, guys. With that being said, we hope you guys like the video.
Like,
comment,
subscribe,
share. We really appreciate if you do all those things. We'll be back probably, next Sunday maybe?
Yeah.
So
next Sunday or Saturday. That depends.
So guys, this has been Local John 1812 and
Jrod84.
And we'll see you next Sunday with some more sports talk.
All right, see you guys.
I'm going to get up and turn the camera off now. Later.
Later, guys.